Hello and welcome to Talk Time on LugardTV. I am Dominion Adeyonju. Today in the studio, we'll be talking about the yearly flooding in Kogi State that has remained threat to lives, homes, and farmlands across Kogi State. Despite early warnings and budgetary provision, recent flooding incidents have once again raised tough questions about preparedness and long-term solutions. In the studio today, I'll be speaking with the Executive Secretary of the Kogi State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, Alhaji Mouktar Atima, to get clarity on the agency's role, plans, and the way forward. Thank you very much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you very much.
How is SEMA doing, sir?
Oh, we're good.
All right, sir. Let's begin with preparedness. What is SEMA doing to strengthen early warning systems across the state?
Thank you very much. Kogi SEMA, we're on top of the situation. On top of the situation in the sense that this is not new to us. Okay. Last year, there was similar prediction, and we tried our possible best to get to the people. Right now, SEMA, as an agency, we've tried to engage critical stakeholders in disaster management for us to start advocacy because of the early warning signals in which we're receiving. Okay. As I'm speaking to you now, we've held about 3 workshops where we involved those that are affected, that will be affected, especially with the traditional rulers, youth leaders, religious faith-based organizations, and other people we know they can get messages across to their people. Okay. We have 258 communities along our waterways. You know, Kogi State is a peculiar state. We have the 2 big rivers converging in Lugard. Yes. And even without prediction, we need to be very proactive. In the course of us doing this, we've started advising people at the low ground to start moving to higher ground, so that it will help us reduce level of loss of properties and lives. So we've started doing this, and it's a continuous program that we are doing to get the people involved, because they are the ones there. Disaster does not give time. Disaster, it strikes at any time. And the people should be ready for these disasters. And the only way you can't stop disaster. The only thing you can do is let's mitigate against it, and we should be properly educated on how it comes. Yeah. So in view of that, we've held enough, not enough, it's still ongoing, workshops, training programs, going to the various communities that are usually affected. Like yesterday, I was in Sarkinoma to educate them, myself and my team, and the NEMA team that came from Abuja, to educate them on the necessary precaution they should take. People staying close to the water banks should leave for higher ground. Okay. So we've been doing a lot on the issue of advocacy, visiting traditional rulers, telling them to talk to their people. And you know, our people could be very, very stubborn. Some people will tell you that they've been staying here for more than 50 years, no flood. Yeah. For example, there was a case I saw in Kaba. A man built his house on a flood-prone area. Please, how do you expect that if flood comes, it shouldn't affect that house? Yes. And I was interacting with him. He told me for the past 15 years he built his house, there has not been any flood. And you know, the climate change is something of concern to we disaster managers. Wow. Issues that don't happen, you hardly see before, have started happening. Yeah. Like Kaba local government, Kababunu local government, yes, we normally, in Kogi State, we have 9 flood-prone areas. Kababunu and Adavi local government, we only experience flash floods from there. You will be surprised. A place we're expecting flash flood from, they had flood first. Ijumu local government has similar problem.
All right. We understand IDP camps have been activated in flood-prone areas. How equipped are they to manage displaced persons?
Thank you. The IDP camps, usually we make use of them when flood takes over virtually everywhere. People have no abode where they could put their heads. And like we say, all fingers are not equal. Some people have relatives they can run to. And I want to say something here. There are two things in disaster management. There is a difference between affected people and vulnerables.
Okay.
There are some affected people could have the means to go and rent houses somewhere else. After everything, they will come back. While the vulnerable people are people that have nowhere to go. Last year, we prepared 42 IDP camps. At the end of the day, we ended up using about 18 because the enormity of the flood, what we expected, it didn't come like that. And it will interest you to note that the chief servant of Kogi State last year paid visits to the camps. There and then he ordered for motorized boreholes in those camps to improve sanitary conditions of the people. He also directed the Ministry of Rural Development to provide light to make sure that everywhere is lit up, which we did. And as I'm speaking to you now, I have a proposal to increase the numbers of IDP camps we have. Maybe when I leave here today, I will be meeting with some critical stakeholders on what do we do, because yesterday, what I saw in Kaba is we will need to have an IDP camp there. And what we did last year, we fed them in the IDP camps. The state governor, in his usual magnanimity, provided feeding items to them, medical treatment. We had it going on there for them. They didn't lack anything.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, sir.
We even provided them with mattresses, mosquito nets, and some other things. Feeding was no problem in the IDP camps. Security, we were in charge of. We made sure we secured them, and we also secured their houses where they left, so that vandals, people should not go there to loot their properties. So we put all those in place as of last year.
All right, sir. That's
those things are still what we are working on for this year.
All right, sir. Is SEMA actively advocating for river dredging or dam construction as a long-term flood control measure?
This question, the chief servant of the state has been clamoring that there is a need for a dam at Shintaku, around there, where most of this water can be irrigated before it gets out of hand. Definitely, we need a dam in Kogi State. Like, for example, when you are coming into Kogi State from Abuja, look at Kogi local government. They mainly their farming is mainly on water, rice production. Go to Ibaji, rice production. If we have a dam, we can use that dam to what people see as a disadvantage to be an advantage for us, where we can save water for the dry season farming will be very, very easy for us. The issue of dams in Kogi State is something we really need, and I'm sure the chief servant is working on it.
Blocked drainages and poor waste disposal, they're making things worse. What is SEMA doing about that?
Yes, that's not the immediate responsibility of SEMA. The Ministry of Environment are the ones in charge of that. But we had, we are collaborating with the Ministry of Environment. We are working as a team. I can't apportion any fault or blame to Ministry of Environment because we're working together. Any blame that goes to them, it also affects us. We've been preaching this. The silting of drainages is something the Honorable Commissioner of Environment and Ecological Matters has been campaigning about. let's desilt our drainages, because it's just a nylon could cause havoc.
Yes.
When I went to Kaba, one major problem I saw there was they don't desilt the drainages. So that if this water is coming, there will be free passage for them to go and get to the desired point where they can, where it will not affect anybody.
Yes.
But our people don't have that culture of desilting the drainages. If our people imbibe this in them, it's going to go a long way in helping us. Like I told you, disaster does not give you warning or anything.
Yes.
But let us try in our own position to make sure that everything around us is done properly. So I'm very, very sure the Commissioner for Environment is not taking this lightly with people. But with what I saw in Kaba yesterday and some other areas, the silting of drainages is very, very important. Yesterday, I stopped at Ganaja Junction. I saw people even throwing waste there. And I laughed and I told those people, you might be worst hit if this disaster comes.
Yes.
We have designated places where you drop your refuse, where the refuse managers will go and pick them up and take them to where they belong to.
That's true. Since your assumption in office, what has the state government done to relieve disaster victims?
The state government, under the able leadership of our leader, the chief servant of Kogi State, Alhaji Ahmad Usman Ododo, towing the line of the father of modern Kogi, that's our former governor, Alhaji Yaya Adoza Bello. The state government, you cannot quantify what they have done. I can't quantify it. Because during the last disaster, the state government opened its arms. Virtually everything we requested for were given to us. For the first time, feeding was going around all the IDP camps, and which was very, very encouraging. And one of the star projects I think I have recorded in my tenure as a SEMA boss was a funny one that happened sometimes in September last year, where the GSM village directly opposite Jai's Bank was gutted with fire. I got a report around 5:30 a.m. Can you believe at about 7 a.m. when I was trying to go there, His Excellency called me to find out, where are you? And I now told him I'm going to the site. There is a case like this. Unknown to me, he was leaving the site of the Inferno. So he now just told me I should meet him in his office. On meeting him in his office, he constituted a committee. And the committee, he told us to come up with a recommendation how we can ease the suffering or the losses of the traders there. I presented to him a bill of 36.4 million naira. Immediately, he approved it. And the traders at GSM Village, opposite Jai's Bank, the person that got the least was 400,000 naira. And that's courtesy of our very, very responsive governor.
Yes.
One. Then, secondly, there was a crisis, a fire outbreak in Ugori Magongo local government. He directed us to move straight there. We went there with relief materials. There was another in Lokoja. He has been doing his possible best. Anywhere he hears there is crisis, he tries to intervene immediately so that he can give those people initial succor.
That's highly commendable, sir. What is the status of state readiness and what efforts are we making to secure support from partners in emergency preparedness and management at this point?
Thank you very much. This question is a very, very technical one that is not, it's a question that is not meant to be, it's not for only SEMA to answer, but I will be able to, on behalf of the National Emergency Management Agency, talk because we are working closely. What happened in Borno State last year, the break of that dam that caused that flood in Borno, is an eye-opener to our national body, that's NEMA. Now, when you look at the one that happened at Mokwa in Niger State recently, eye-opener. So anywhere we hear there is flood or any disaster, it becomes a national emergency, and we start moving there. I must first and foremost commend the Office of the Vice President for trying to organize, make sure that we all work on the same page. And at the same time, NEMA, under the able leadership of Dr. Zubeidat Umar, she has been very, very helpful and very wonderful. Head of Abuja Operation Office, pharmacist Zachary Abubakar Gegu, has been also wonderful in trying to see that we are prepared. Because in line of this, they've brought into the state the World Bank to see things for themselves, in which the World Bank organized a 3-day program for us. A lot. We've been having people coming. For now, I know NEMA, NISA, NIMA, NIMET, WFP, Red Cross, and a lot food agric organization or so. We're all talking together to see that in case the flood comes, which probably 85% is coming, it comes, what do we do to help our people? In line with talking of people coming to help us, we also intend to improve our institutional capacity. SEMA, Kogi SEMA, we are trying to place it in such a way that for us to make noise or cry out, we should be able to take care of some things to a certain level before we voice out. That's what I mean by institutional capacity, where we have everything. People all over the world are seeing what we are doing in Kogi, just like you are doing here in LugardTV. We also intend to promote the institution and make sure it stands for itself, it's ready for it to be responsive to any disaster.
All right. I'm aware there's an emergency operational system. How do you intend to run that?
We call it Emergency Operations Center. It's a center where all the critical stakeholders will keep on assembling there, keep on getting reports. First and foremost, in Kogi State now, we are already constituting what we call local emergency management committees. The letter we're waiting for His Excellency to accede to it, so that these people will start working. These people will have a head, will have a desk officer, will have people across the political wards in the local government, and we have some security people involved. So that in case anything happens anywhere, at least the person in that political ward will be able to inform us. And then once we get that information in the Emergency Operations Center, we will know what to do with it. It's here so that we will be able to coordinate the media, what goes out. For example, something should happen in Ganaja, maybe it affected 20 people. The media can overblow it to say 300 people. That's why we need that operations center. And the operations center is not something for only SEMA. We are doing it in collaboration with all ministries, departments, agencies that have role in disaster management. For example, we will be using the Ministry of Water Resources. We have a program we call WASH, where they will help us handle it. We will need the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, at least for them to be able to protect the young ladies over there. And, you know, they could be devastated with the flood coming to stay in IDP camps. The Ministry of Women Affairs will help us maybe to boost it. Ministry of Agriculture, because of the farm products we're losing. Same with Ministry of Livestock. We have Ruwasa, Akresa. We have a lot, Water Sanitation Board. We have a lot of them. Ministry of Information, Ministry of Environment is a critical stakeholder. All these people, they all have a representative in the Emergency Operations Center. So whenever anything comes, Ministry of Health also and Ministry of Education. So whenever any challenge comes, if it's from education angle, the education people there will put us through. What I'm only going to be doing there is to coordinate everything that will be happening, and will be giving daily report to the leadership of the state.
All right.
So that's why that's how the Emergency Operations Center is going to operate. And by the grace of God, the Emergency Operations Center, we are going to make sure by next week, unfailingly, because we had delayed rain and other disasters are joining in. So we need to start putting our books together and start making the necessary and proper recommendation to the state so that we mitigate most of these disasters.
All right, sir. Year in, year out, we've seen people go to rent houses in flood-prone areas. They build houses there. Do you think avoiding such areas could probably be part of the solutions to this flooding we have here?
Yes. If you could remember, this issue of flood is something strange to our state. It started, was it 2012? And when it came 2012, that's why we started discovering a lot of anomalies in the way people build their house.
Yes.
If you could remember, 97 to early 2000, we have this area in Lokoja, we call it Pata.
Yeah.
If you are going out of Lokoja, there were houses by the riverside, but the state government then demolished those houses and relocated those people to higher ground. And now I want to tell you, the federal government have given us an IDP hostel where our people are not keen to use. The IDP hostel has all the state-of-art facilities there, including a 500 kVA Meccano generator, but at Wada Estate. But the people complain, their market, their this, for them to go and stay there. So, people with different belief, different norms,
Yes.
at times it's so difficult. But definitely in my report this year, I am going to give, especially at Gadumo area, and what I saw in Kaba yesterday, we want to collaborate with the necessary authorities to see how we can avoid people staying at that flood-prone by riverbanks. We'll see how we can do it and make sure we pass it to our leaders if they can make a law on that. So people staying by riverbank, so that they will be able to evacuate them to higher ground.
Right.
We were just very lucky last year. The flood at Gadumo, it started around 1 a.m. 1 a.m. midnight. And we're lucky, we rescued virtually everybody there, and we recorded no death. So for the first time where there is flood disaster in Kogi State, no death was last year.
Yes.
And the good thing again that happened in last year's flood, in every situation where you see bad things, you also see the good side of it.
Yeah.
In the other IDP camp, we had another baby girl, and immediately the wife of the chief servant of Kogi State went there to meet them in the hospitals, and she assisted in the little way she could do. And we thank God to the chief servant. He says, I should keep on monitoring those children. Once they are of school age, whether he's in government, he's not in government, he is going to see that he trains those children to wherever they want to reach in whatever chosen profession they have.
Wow, that's highly commendable,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
I know very much that you cannot record success without obviously encountering challenges. Can you tell us some of the challenges you're faced in discharging your duties?
Now, well, like you earlier on said, you cannot have success without challenges.
Yes.
The job, sincerely, this job is a different kind of job where you sit down and you think you'll be amassing wealth or things like that. In this job, you need to have the passion of the people. I enjoy what I'm doing, helping people, bringing smiles to people's face. But like the government is always there for me. Whenever I have problem, I run straight to the deputy governor, takes me to the governor, and they sort it for me. My immediate challenge now is I want to have more equipment so that let me use the word, I will be gidigba. I will be very, very strong on ground. For example, the governor, we now have 2 speedboats, credit to His Excellency, for the Ministry of Transport, to the Ministry of Transport, which we can use at any point in time. My challenge is just for us to have latest machineries we could be using. That's why interagency collaboration is very necessary. For example, when we had an accident at Phase 1, assuming I had a heavy-duty truck, I should have been able to move the vehicle, but I had to engage road safety. That is to show you that there is need for collaboration. What I don't have and you have,
you have to use it.
You have to share with me. What I don't have, civil defense have, they will have to share with me. What they don't have and I have, I will have to share with them. So basically, the way all the agencies in disaster management in Kogi State are collaborating, it makes it difficult for you to say you have any challenge.
All right, sir.
Like in Kogi State, like I told you, we have 42 IDP camps, but most likely this year we might increase it.
Okay.
Because with what we've seen in Kaba, we have to be very, very proactive.
Okay.
We're going to, we've not finished the first phase of excessive rainfall. We are still going to go get there. By next month again, the rainfall is going to be more than what we've seen now. Like, you know, we had delayed rainfall. And then the rainfall will also stop quickly. And you know what it will mean. And all the dams, everything have been opened. They're all coming to settle in Kogi.
Yes, that's true. Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming today,
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
And that's it on Talk Time on Lugard TV. Until next time, I am Dominion Adeonchu. Thank you for staying with us.